As Shaw of Television said, so the audio is not the best. Somebody uploaded that on YouTube. We've got clips also. Marcos Morales trying to cover things, and the police coming up and going through their standard issue of, well, we want to talk to your press office to make sure you're press. Again, oh, if you're not CNN, sorry, we're going to arrest you, but they still arrested CNN. Let's go ahead and play a clip of Chris Hayes of MSNBC, who's over there basically been covering for the demonstrators that are violent, now being pelted with rocks by them. And that's been happening to our reporters as well. They've been getting yelled at and screamed at, and things have been thrown at them. The police have been attacking them. I mean, it's just a bunch of dumbed-down people across the board. Here it is.
And watch out, Chris. You know what? They're throwing rocks at us. Let's go. You know what? We are telling the true story.
People are angry, man. They're really angry. We're trying to. A few rocks chucked at us. We're fine. We're fine. We're fine. People are now retreating away from the police.
And this is something else that we've seen more of tonight, Chris, as well. Folks wearing masks.
Yeah. That's what we're covering. The gentleman behind me in the mask is telling me this is a civil rights movement. It's just not about Mike Brown. It's about all people.
I am so tired of entitled thugs just randomly yelling at everyone and coming over and going, why are you racist? That's just some way to, like, you're guilty, I'm your boss, do what I say, submit to me, or I'm going to say you're racist. Turn in your guns, you're racist. Give me free Obamacare, you're racist. Hey, I read the bill, it's a death panel. It'll get rid of the free health care you get through the state right now if you're actually indigent. Shut up, racist. It's like a Swiss Army knife for people that aren't intellectual or informed. It's just a one-size-fits-all cop-out. Mad Wit in Minnesota, or is it Missouri? I think we need to get a bigger screen in here. I just can't read this tiny print. Mad Wit, go ahead, from Michigan. You're on the air.
The name is a moniker for a radio program, so...
Okay, that's fine, sir. Go ahead. You're on the air worldwide. Thank you for calling in today.
Yeah, you're welcome. I think you're right. We are being distracted, but I think the thing we're being distracted from, people aren't really considering, and I got two examples. 100 years ago, they brought in the Federal Reserve, and in 1914, when Congress reconvened, they let it stand, and it stood for 100 years. By definition, that's treason. The other one is the Bill of Rights. The Bill of Rights isn't our rights from the government. It's our rights from God. It's a contract with the government that says the government can't make any laws, and they broke that contract and an oath. If you look in Black's Law Dictionary, you'll see that that's treason. So what we've got is 100 years of treason between Democrats and Republicans. In order to nullify the contracts that we have and all the different treaties, whether it's GATT or NAFTA or whether it's Agenda 21,
that's right.
The first thing we have to do is hold our Democrats and Republicans accountable. And the people that have to do that aren't the general public. It's all those people that swore the oath. It's sheriffs. It's law enforcement. It's military. Those people swore the oath. I didn't swear the oath. You didn't swear the oath. It's frustrating that we keep getting distracted by all these issues, whether it's war, economy, whether it's medicine, whether it's food. It's all legislated by Democrats and Republicans. Ultimately, we have to take the government back. The people that are in there need to be arrested, tried. If they're found guilty, they need to be hung. It's treason. That's all it is. It's just a crime being perpetrated by Democrats and Republicans. It's 100 years old. We've been getting looted. I mean, when they took our money, they stole the value of our labor. That stood through every single time somebody swore the oath. And they're all Democrats and Republicans. And if you want to change the policies, the first thing you got to do is you got to root all these devils out of the government.
Well, you're one of the best callers we've had in a long time, and you've crystallized everything. We have been living under a financial coup for 100-plus years, 100 years and 8 months. We are going into a deeper tyranny as the criminal ruling class tries to cement their hold over society and shut down their final economic competition. And we are under high-tech social engineering, and that's why it's so sophisticated, is because they've been honing this global system of control to the British Empire for hundreds of years and are deploying it successfully against us. How do you challenge something like that? I'm going to come back to you, Mad Wit, then we're going to go to others.
What good is a Big Berkey water filter?
We get that question a lot here at BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com. And in a word, the answer is protection. Protection from water main breaks, E. coli contamination, environmental chemical spills, pesticide runoff, chlorine taste and smell, and all forms of fluoride. Plus, Big Berkey water filters are the original gravity water filter system and most trusted on the market for a reason. Tested by multiple independent NSF EPA certified labs, they are the gold standard in water purification. At only 1.7 cents a gallon, a single set of filters can last for 5 to 10 years. That means big savings. Big Berkey, the one that's powerful enough to purify stagnant pond water. Get a Big Berkey today at BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com. GCN listeners receive 5% off all ceramic filter systems. Visit our website or call 1-877-99-BERKEY. That's 877-99-BERKEY. Big Berkey Water Filters, for the love of clean water.
Hi, folks. Alex Jones here with some important information. I want to tell you about Matt Redhawk and his team of patriots over at My Patriot Supply. Several years ago, Matt was sitting in his 2-bedroom apartment, frustrated with the direction this country was headed and the charlatans willing to sell us out for a quick buck. Deciding to take action, a company run by patriots for patriots was born. My Patriot Supply has never taken a loan or accepted outside funding. They now operate 2 distribution facilities and employ over 50 hardworking American men and women. It is rare to find companies who practice what they preach. And that's why I stock my pantry with high-quality storable foods from My Patriot Supply. Go to mypatriotsupply.com/Alex today for special offers on emergency food storage, or call their preparedness specialist at 866-229-0927. That's 866-229-0927. Do business with someone who shares your values. mypatriotsupply.com/Alex. Friends, this is Alex Jones for MidasResources.com. For more than 15 years, I have exclusively used Midas Resources for all my precious metal needs. Whether it's bullion or collectibles you're looking for, Midas Resources is simply the best. I own my gold as a hedge against inflation. This Federal Reserve fiat currency could go the way of the Deutschmark and the Weimar Republic anytime. In these historically dangerous times, it makes sense to physically hold gold and silver. Midas already has some of the best deals in the industry. But if you give them a call and mention the radio special, they will give you a list of the day's super specials. Midas brokers are standing by to answer all your questions at 800-686-2237. They also have a lot of informative free literature explaining the opportunities and risk of holding precious metals. They are ready to answer your questions at 800-686-2237. Again, that's 800-686-2237.
Clean water at home, clean water at the office, clean water on the go. The Berkey Guy has a Berkey water filtration model for anywhere you are, and one that fits any budget. Thousands of satisfied customers can't be wrong. For free shipping within the U.S., go to GoBerkey.com or call 877-886-3653. That's 877-886-3653. Helping thousands prepare since 2005, GoBerkey.com.
Next to water and food, you need a safe, storable fuel supply for your preparedness needs. Spare Fuel is the answer. Spare Fuel can be used in any gas-powered vehicle or generator. Spare Fuel is perfect for any unforeseen out-of-gas emergencies. Unlike gasoline, Spare Fuel is safe to store with your other supplies, and it can be stored for many years. Go to GetSpareFuel.com for special pricing. That's GetSpareFuel.com.
All right, we're going back to your phone calls. Mad, Wit, Brent, Henry,
and I ain't seen the sunshine.
Alicia, Bella, and others here in just a moment. We're going to talk to our reporters that are in Ferguson coming up as well after we finish up with some of the calls. And then I want to look at document, Army preparing to use lethal force against unarmed civilians. That's a quote in the document. During full-scale riots in the U.S., see, they've got to be over the top. They've got to give manuals to the riot police and the riot troops, the National Guard and the Army. Here's how you shoot unarmed people. And then it's just given to you like, here's how you kidnap kids out of the back of schoolyards. Here's how you deal methamphetamine. You wonder how they did it in Nazi Germany or Soviet Russia, shooting unarmed people. They just give the order and act like it's no big deal. And once it starts, peer pressure, they'll do it. By the way, I saw comments on my special report from the Nightly News last night because I mentioned that the military has been training for at least 5 years to mow down masses of unarmed crowds. And some people complained about it and said this is a war crime they're training for. So they went, oh, we'll put green paint on their faces and call it zombie killing. And I mentioned that, and I saw someone comment that I was lying. And you know what? I think that's over the top, so I agree. It sounds like it's not true. Guys, pull me the AP Reuters. It was also in the LA Times. Marines trained to kill zombies. And it shows people in John Deere caps and, farmer outfits dressed like zombies being mowed down by the Marines in official drills. And they go, oh, isn't it cute the Marines and Army are training everywhere to kill zombies? No, they're training to mow down masses of people and dehumanizing them. Our name won't be zipperhead or, the other racist terms they had for Asians in Vietnam. It'll be zombies. That's what we're called. And that's what the welfare crowds pretty much will act like about a week after the welfare checks don't work. There is AP. Marines police prep for mock zombie invasion. Okay, I didn't make it up. Do you understand me? I'm sick of everybody out there being in denial. I'm sick of people making up these, saying I'm making up stuff about these Army documents. I'm not making any of this up. We're run by a bunch of eugenicist bankers that want to implode everything. And they created purposely these giant welfare masses. And they weaponized music through Sumner Redstone on purpose in MTV to literally turn the inner city population into what they now are. Okay? And they've turned all the other population. The public is a mess. A bunch of dumbed-down idiots who you can't even communicate with. It's 1984 INGSOC, reduce the language down to where people don't even know what 2 + 2 equals anymore. It's a joke. Mad Wit, finish up, then I'm going to go to Brent and others. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, I wanted to comment on what you said. There's a big thing out there where people are losing their IQs, and yeah, people are getting dumber and they're being socialized. But I'd say it's not.
Yeah, and here's the deal. Just because they're dumb slobs doesn't give them a right to vote to make me a slave. Go ahead.
I think what the problem is it's emotional. It's character. They're so bombarded by everything that they can't possibly come to terms with the base, what's really occurring. We know we've got a problem with treason with our government. We don't need to attack every policy and try and work our way back. We need to go right to the base where these people are responsible. They're supposed to be honorable. They're supposed to be honest. They swear an oath. That oath is binding. When you're in the military, you swear that oath, you know you could die defending your country. And it's the same thing for the Senate. They have the responsibility. It's the same thing for the House, for the executive, for the federal judicial. They swear that oath. They have the obligation. They're held in high esteem. They're given advantages. They're given the opportunity to have positions of authority. But that comes with a price, and they've all violated their oath. We don't need to worry about individual issues. There's a theory in physics called conservation of energy. Totally proves the government and the media is complicit in 9/11, but nobody talks about a physical law because that's the end. There's no conspiracy theory. There's just physical law. And now we've got the same thing. We're dealing with conservation of energy in terms of social systems.
Yeah, well, you're talking about Building 7 absolutely fell faster than a bowling ball falls, and they forced underwriting laboratories, and the federal government had to admit architects and engineers for 9/11 truth was correct. It did fall at free fall. I mean, it basically, and again, at some points faster than free fall because they were blowing the floors out faster than it could even fall. So it fell at free fall, and for 1 second, when they blew up a bunch of floors at one time, faster than free fall because it was just being blown out. I mean, this is unbelievable. And it's, I hear you. Very interesting point, sir. God bless you. Please call back again. People can Google Mad Wit and find your radio show? I don't know. I guess he already hung up. I'm going to try to... I apologize, folks, when I get in a bad mood. The show's real, though. I mean, it's just... I'm mourning for the country. We're going to come back and race through your calls. Brent and others.
We're on the march.